The attack from Russia. For those that are not aware, Georgian elections were falsified, the election was stolen, and a pro-Russian government was put in place. Georgian protesters peacefully went to the streets, as anyone has the absolute right to do so in a democratic society, in a democracy. They were met with the same level of violence and torture that Ukrainians were met when we had the same problem in 2013, when elections were falsified and when a Russian-appointed government was not accepted by the people. This is what we're seeing in Georgia today. People have the power. People have the voice. They have the right to choose their freedom, their future, and do so in a safe, protected way. This is why in Australia it matters to us what happens in other democracies, especially young ones, vulnerable democracies such as Georgia. That's why I, as an Australian Ukrainian, am standing with them today. They have two demands. One is that there must be new, fair elections in Georgia, not rigged ones that saw a pro-Russian party that is now using violence against the very people of Georgia to crush the opposition, just as they have been doing in other places around the world, including Ukraine. The second demand is that to free all political prisoners, which the pro-Russian government, and I'm sure Russian masked security forces and other terrorists in Georgia are capturing journalists, are capturing women, are capturing peaceful protesters around the street and putting them in prison in their own home for having a voice. This matters to Australia, this matters to Australians, because if Russia is allowed to pick off democracies around the world, starting from smaller ones like Georgia to larger ones such as Ukraine, the largest country in all of Europe, the largest democratic nation in Europe, and the rest of the world does nothing and stands by and thinks that this will not affect us here, it will, most certainly will. What's happening in Georgia today is a result of the world standing by and watching as Russia conducted similar violent operations and annexed territory under false pretenses in Georgia in 1992, 1993. They attacked Georgia again with military might, killing civilians in 2008. Then they attacked Ukraine, annexed Crimea, the east of Ukraine, then started a full-scale invasion in 2022. Now, they are crushing the Georgian people's voice that are choosing to be free in their own home. For any Australian that understands that what these people are standing for are the same things that we see as a birthright here, the very same values and principles that we share with other fair democracies, you can make a difference. If you'd like to help the people of Georgia to have fair elections and not be run by Russian-appointed governments with rigged elections and not have civilians that freely exercise their democratic voice be thrown in prison, you can do so from Australia by contacting your local member of